Okay, so this should be a little exciting. Can you guys hear me pretty good? I'm recording. Come here. Come on. Yeah. Eric, here. Come here. Here. I want to introduce my granddaughter to you. Here. This is the love of my life. This is Dinky.
Bear with me here for a minute. Output.
Right now, if you can just kind of bear with me as I'm going through this, I want to tell you a little bit about her. I'm cool. I'm cool. Just not cool. That's not good. Okay. I want to talk about Mommy. Back in May of 2011 was my birthday, and Lyra was just 12 then, now she was 18. But we lost somebody who was pretty special to us. It was her mom.
Oof, my hair looks terrible.
And it was pretty devastating because we found out just before my birthday ended that her mom and my daughter was killed by a dormitory bird in the Denver area. And
okay. I'm hoping that I'm doing it right this time. I kind of felt like I didn't do it too good last time. Is this me now? If you can see me and hear me, will you let me know? Okay. Hey, my name's Dinky Smith, and I'm kind of getting used to how to do live streaming with Facebook and with YouTube, and that's kind of a different journey for me because I've not really done that before, but I find it quite interesting and challenging all at the same time. So anyway, as you could see, you met my little Dyra, and I was the first one on the planet to ever get to hold her, and she only weighed about 1 pound 13.5 ounces, and that's a little person. We went through about 2 years of trying to figure out if she was going to make it or not, and how she was going to be, you know, able to survive. It was a real challenge, but now, as you could see in the other video, she's doing pretty good, and I'm pretty excited about it. But I've personally made some challenges in the last few months that have changed a lot of things that have gone on in my life. So I have been focused on personal development. I am so sorry for that. On personal development, and I've been a realtor for 15 years until July 25th of 2017, and the reason I got out of it is because I lost my effectiveness, and I was not doing very well. I had a hard time focusing because of my situation in my head. You know, that's where a lot of things happen. And, you know, you're thinking you can go, I can do this, I got it, I'll be okay. And, you know, the struggle for me, as you can see, I have a lot of medicine back here, and I was, you know, stuck on all of that. It was like taking over my life and causing me to, you know, not always do so well. So I got out of real estate, and I started a few months prior to that getting into some MLMs and things like that, and it was getting kind of fun, and I enjoyed that. But for me, my biggest problem was um, the guilt that I had in trying to maintain my status with being a realtor, and also, um, trying to find my satisfaction in my own life, and not, you know, not be a burden. Because when you're not producing income and you're used to doing that, it can be very, very difficult, and it causes you to kind of hit a depression that you're not used to being in. So now I'm putting my focus on, like I said, personal development and creating a new environment for myself that will allow me to stretch my imagination a little bit and become a network marketer. I've been marketing for, a while, um, in my real estate business, but I have found a few things that have been a little interesting, like how to figure out just how to make money out there other than having, a regular 9 to 5 job, because I certainly am not used to working a 9 to 5 job, especially because being a realtor, I've been self-employed for a long time, and there's a certain mindset that goes with that. But when you step out of that, you have to kind of start doing things differently. So what I'm doing right now is putting my focus on um, other aspects of bringing in money, which is really kind of fun. And when I was doing that, I'm going to come alive here now, because I've been kind of really challenged in you know meeting my own goals, but I found something that kind of pissed me off, and it is the lack of income for baby boomers. And I am a baby boomer. Next year, um, I'm going to be turning 60 years old. And let me tell you something, I do not feel like it. I do not feel like I am 60 years old. There is not a part of me that feels like I'm 60 years old. People say it's just a number. Well, it's a reality, because uh, right now, baby boomers are getting their asses kicked in a whole bunch of different ways. And in order for a baby boomer or anybody to survive these days, you have to have enough income to be able to meet the needs of just being able to have a place to live and food. But there's a lot of baby boomers that do not have the appropriate income to be able to survive, even for, you know, 10 years, let alone the possible 25, 20 to 25 years. So I have been doing a lot of research on baby boomer jobs, and so many of us have skills that, we don't need to be working in Walmart. We don't need to be, taking on babysitting jobs or anything like that, because in reality, we have the ability to learn how to do the things that I have been focused on. And as you can see behind me, I have Tony Robbins and Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I love those books, and they have some meaning to me, because I have actually learned a great deal from them, as well as, Dave Ramsey, and a few of the other big guys that talk about how to survive, how to live, how to be a better person, all the above. But what it really boils down to is I am going to work on um, helping people understand that they can have income, additional income, for their home, for their needs, and more than anything for retirement. Because being a baby boomer myself, I'm scared to death, because here I am, within 5 to 7 years of getting ready to retire, and I'm not ready for that. I don't have the money to retire. I don't have what it's going to take for me to be able to potentially live on my own if I have to do that after, maybe my husband passes away. Well, he will have sufficient income because he's worked, for most of his life, and you have to work basically 40 quarters out of your life in order to be able to draw the maximum amount of Social Security. But there's so many of us that, we've lost jobs, or we've been, self-employed, or we've never worked. So how are we going to survive? And the scary part is that if you don't have enough money to survive, you're going to be living with your children or living in poverty. And no adult wants to do that, but it happens every day. It happens all the time. And people should be scared to death of that because, if I'm not doing well and I have to go be a burden to my family, that's going to cause me to have some real issues. But you have to plan for what you're doing. And right now I can tell you my planning for my retirement, I haven't been focused on that. I've been focused on, survival and, getting this and getting that, and, worrying about if I have, the coffee for the day, or if I have the cute shoes or the cute bag. I've been worried about those things. I've been worried about putting that money off to the side and saving that for, building my retirement, because I didn't think about that. There's people that have, and good for them. I'm happy that they are not in the 50% that can't take care of themselves or don't have sufficient money to provide for their own retirement. And that's awful, because if you just have to rely on Social Security, and a lot of times that's going to be $1,200-$1,400 a month, and on the average you're going to need maybe $100 to $200 a month to live on, because that's going to cover your medicine, your lodging, your food, your clothing, transportation, all those things. Are you ready? I'm not. So anyway, I'm going to be talking a lot about this because the opportunity that I have right now should be, because I'm still in the development of it, it's worked really well for a lot of other people, and that's pretty exciting for me. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing more with you about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And the first thing is to basically let you know that life is still good no matter what happens. And if you get to wake up, you need to be grateful for that. And I'm excited about opening the door of opportunity for you to be able to learn more about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And if you have any questions, just send me a message, and I'll be happy to help you out from there. And pretty soon I'll be posting my website so that you can see that. And if you have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you. My name is Dinky Smith. I am a network marketer and an entrepreneur. Thank you so much, and have a great, big, beautiful, happy day. Thanks. Now I have to see if I can